Gardening takes a lot of effort. It requires picking and choosing what's worth keeping, what's worth getting rid of. And today, when I was looking in my yard, I was thinking about a lot of my interactions, a lot of the people who were in my life the last few years. And I was trying to figure out what was actually just taking up space, metaphorically and literally, and what needed to be tossed. So, what I came to the conclusion of is a lot of the times we're scared to have stuff that is just bare, which is going to be a more usable space. It's going to help you have herbs. It's going to help you have what you actually want. But instead, we're settling for stuff that's just taking up space. Yeah, I actually did intentionally plant these seeds like 2 years ago. They ended up being an intrusive species, which means that they tend to be a little bit hardier than some of my other flowers I wanted. So by leaving them there, the plants that I actually wanted couldn't grow. But in my head, I thought, well, I didn't hate them. They weren't the worst plant. It's still a flower. So I'm just going to leave it, right? So I kept it. Same thing with my garden over there last year. And by doing that, I didn't have anything edible in my garden. It just ended up being a bunch of weeds. So this year, I took a more proactive step. I was like, okay, I'm going to learn what these are. I'm going to see what happens if I let them grow. And if I don't find pleasure from them, I'm going to throw them in the back. And eventually they're just going to turn to dirt, which will allow my morning glories to grow behind my fence eventually. And now I know it's just like plants are just like people. When you make too much time, too much space, too much energy for the ones you don't want, you don't have enough space for the ones you do want. Sad but true. When you let what you don't want fill the spaces that are meant to just be a space, then you'll never have what you actually do want. And I know, to the untrained eye, you're like, Markette, you just ripped up a bunch of marigolds. They're not marigolds. They're similar, but they're not the same. Just like frenemies. You think, oh, this one actually is a marigold. But look, you were hiding amongst the weeds. Let's replant you, little buddy. So, by removing the ones I didn't want, I actually came across one I did want. See? Very similar, but no cookies. So this is one I don't want. This is one I do want. They're eerily similar, but different. That's where the attention to detail comes into play. But in life, when we settle for what's tolerable, we'll never have what's phenomenal. So ask yourself, what are we settling for in life, which is keeping us from what we actually want?